Guys, just wanted to do a short little video on the Glock kraft DAT trigger. This is their Gen 2. The tactical model comes with a little lip at the bottom. This is just straight. Got it on sale for $99 in November. This is the only trigger I bought because it was such a good price and I wanted a flat trigger. I didn't want to pay the outrageous prices that others wanted. I'm using it with a Ghost Elite connector, which you have to fit to cut out over travel. See if I can get a shot here. I'm using a phone. I'm not really a review channel. I just kind of wanted to make a quick vid for you guys. As you can see, Glock kraft completely polishes the trigger bar. It's got some dry fires on it though, so you know. It's completely polished. It's very smooth. They use Gen 3 trigger bars, which gets rid of the little bump that's on the striker plunger connector. It's completely smooth. There's no bump on it. As you can see, this fold on the trigger bar doesn't come all the way back to that plastic because the over travel's been removed. On a factory Glock, this would be pretty much right up against this corner plastic right here. As you can see, the trigger, even with the stock connector, the trigger feels great. I was using it actually with a standard Ghost 3.5 connector, which didn't eliminate over travel, didn't get rid of any bumps, and it still felt like an awesome trigger. And I was honestly kind of skeptical of what amount of over travel I could remove out of it because the trigger just broke and it didn't move anymore. But I'm glad I got this connector. It made a good trigger even better. It's a smooth pull with absolutely no bumps or walls. You pull it and it breaks. And the weight still feels close to factory, which I love. It's not a lightweight for competition, or you have to handle it extra carefully when you're everyday carrying. It still feels like a factory weight, which I love. It just made the trigger pull smoother, so you could stay on target. Let me get this gun together and show you the pull on it real quick. Alright, I've got it together here with the trigger held down so I could show you from reset to break. This thing to focus here. Alright. It's a completely smooth pull. Alright, let me show you. So there are no walls in this trigger. Just watch how smoothly it just comes back and then breaks. That's it. Let me show you a stock Glock trigger here real quick. So this is my Glock 30, and it's using just a standard 3.5 connector with a Glock 21 trigger assembly. There's the reset. There's the break. Alright, full length pull. You can feel where it hits the wall. Versus on this gun, watch. That's it. And it's a really smooth pull. And let me show you on the striker safety. See if you can see this. There's the plunger. And it pushes it down. And it's not pushed down at all before the gun fires. So as you can see, it's fully out, and then the gun fires. So it keeps all of the original Glock factory safeties, drop safety and everything. Let me show you one last test you can do to check whatever trigger you got. And this, I think this came from Glock kraft 2. Okay, so the first test is to uncock your trigger. Bring it forward, push this forward, and make sure your plunger is touching your frame. And then you should be able to, I don't have a tool with me right now, and I can't really do this one-handed, but you take a tool and you push down on this part. If that part drops with the trigger like that, you have an unsafe trigger. Then you're going to need two hands for this one. You push forward on this so that the safety comes off. This basically simulates how your gun would be with the striker putting force on that piece right there and bringing your trigger forward. If you put pressure on that and you push down on this again, if this falls downward, you've got an unsafe trigger that would probably not pass a drop test. But as you can see, this trigger retains all of Glock's factory safeties, from this to the striker block, and of course it doesn't fail a drop safety. If you drop it, this isn't going to fall down and let your striker come forward and fire off a round. So, and the trigger's full aluminum, and I absolutely love it. And I would highly recommend to use with a Ghost 3.5 connector. Glock Craft doesn't recommend it. They recommend that you use a Glock OEM minus connector. I love the smooth trigger pull. It's not a light trigger pull. It still feels like it has a good amount of weight to it. It just smoothed it out. So if you're interested, I would highly recommend them, and just check them out. Thanks.